Yo, what's good, boys? Jake here.
My name is Daniel.
Today, this is our first educational video on the YouTube together.
Indeed. So we're going to be breaking down our trades from today, June 4th, 2026. Give you guys a recap, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. So let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
All right, so right here we have a basic idea of what I sent out to the Discord last night and what I was looking for to see in terms of overnight delivery and coming into today. So here you can see I wanted to see these lower sell side targets, which were met overnight. And coming into today, around market open, which was like this is 9 a.m. Eastern, we see that price had came down to the sell side level and respected this with 1, 2, 3, 4 large wicks. Okay, and we also see that we have a lot of fair value here. We have these highs left above, and so I'm gonna be looking to trade back inside of this range to see higher prices ideally. So if we go down to the lower time frame right here, this was coming into market open. I'll mark out market open for you guys right here. So I had seen that we were generating this buy side here, and price was starting to stall out. Now we had put in this low and begin to trade higher off of that, and off of this internal buy model here, which we had created. I was looking to see this high right here, this intermediate high. So with that being said, coming in closer to market open, we see we have this accumulation right here. So I was looking to see accumulation, manipulation lower, and then distribution back to that buy side target. So price came down pretty rapidly. And where would I want that low end of the manipulation to occur? Well, ideally inside of OTE, which we see NQ comes, takes out these lows, resting right above OTE, and ES makes a higher high with these lows right here. Okay, so that initially, this wick rejection already looks really good. And from there, I'm looking to see, buying pressure come back into the market. And in this form, it was via an order block right here. There. Okay. And so I wanted to see price come down and wick to retest this order block. And I wanted to see that we had quick volume and price kind of, wicking out of this order block quickly, which we saw. And I entered my long position right around here in this wick with a 10-point stop, and then targeted these highs here. Now you can see that once this candle opens here and comes down, forms a low, we know that this candle is then going to go and make the high, right? So that's how I'm able to, have a confident entry inside of this order block. If we also scale down into the 30-second here, we will see that this inside of this order block was this 30-second BPR right there that gets respected, and you can enter off of those wicks, which would be the same entry. But yeah, that was a very, very textbook setup. It delivered in 3 minutes, straight to the take profit. And then, quickly, I'll just go over, like, after this high was swept, right, we see we've left out this low right here. And so you can look to see this CISD deliver price lower, which we get again right there. And so we take out that sell side, and then again, like we saw on the higher time frame, we see we are continuously rejecting this low. And so once we get the soup of this low right here, we are going to expect higher prices to drive back into rebalancing this range. And so yeah, that'll set us up well for the trade that Daniel took.
Yeah, 100%. Let's break it down. All right, so talking about the trade that I took, I was busy in the morning, so I traded a little later in the day. But the context leading up, we had that consolidation at the bottom of that bearish leg created in PM. And I wanted to see price manipulate higher up here to then potentially take shorts tomorrow to these draws. But as Jake said, we woke up and we saw these draws had been swept out before market open at 6:30. That switched things up just a little bit, but we adjusted. A couple things I want to talk about is where we pulled back to on the higher time frame. the really key area. So we had that 4 hour CISD as well as OTE of this bullish leg. You can see we got a beautiful, beautiful reaction out of. Let's scale down here. So I do trade PO3, the 4 hours specifically, sometimes the 30-minute. But if we notice here, when 7 a.m. open PST, we pushed down, reswept that low, and we formed an SMT as well as hitting OTE, that level right there. And we started to see a beautiful reaction back into this range. Now, ES was a lot higher. We had taken out this high on ES pretty early on, and we weren't seeing any huge reaction back to these lows. So that gave me more confidence in seeing a nice distribution in that 4 hour candle. But when we came up to daily open, which was in OTE of this bearish leg, right here, let me draw it out. I'm gonna scale down here. So you see we're getting a pretty nice reaction from that 0786 level as well as daily open. And I was expecting this to give a nice rebalance and then continue longs back up to this draw. So we got that rebalance deep in the 15-minute. We had that 5-minute gap, but I was really looking at that 5-minute CISD or breaker, sorry, right here. With that 5-minute breaker resting inside that 5-minute gap. And I was going to test my longs from here. And then once we came and reswept that low, hit the breaker and started to see reaction, went and entered there. Stops were at the low, and I experienced barely any drawdown. Got a beautiful push all the way back to daily open where I took out my profits. We had those equal highs up here as well, which just gave me extra confidence in seeing that pushback. And we had the internal accumulation that spiked that manipulation down, and we saw that distribution back up. It's a very simple, beautiful trade. I did take some shorts earlier around here. I got stopped out for break even. I was on low risk. And then, yeah, so 2 trades for the day, 1 break even. And the second trade was a 4.28 R. So solid day. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my trade.
So yeah, as you guys can see, both Daniel and I's trades had a ton of structure supporting them, which is why we had such clean delivery to the draws. If you guys took any of the same trades or similar trades, make sure to let us know down below in the comments.
Yeah, if you guys like, these type of videos, recaps, etc., and want to learn more about the concepts we're using, we'll leave a link in the description down below for our Discord where you can join. It's completely free. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes, sir. Peace out.